Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Daily Wisdom Words. I am your co-host, Rini O'Day.
Hey, everyone. I'm Neil Trivedi, and I'm also your co-host. We want to thank you for joining us today and give you a very warm welcome to our latest episode.
Join us every Saturday at 9 a.m. Pacific Time as we talk to guests whose stories and advice and life hacks, all of which take you one step closer to the feeling of hope.
Today, we have the honor of welcoming acclaimed artist and sculptor Felix Semper. Hey, Felix.
Hi, Felix.
Welcome to our show.
Hi, guys.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
This is my biggest, my heart is pounding because I actually know who you are. I mean, not that that's any big deal because you are an acclaimed artist.
Thank you.
People should know who you are because you are amazing. Now, are you in Miami right now or are you in New York?
I'm not. I'm in North Carolina as we speak.
Oh, I was going to say you're dressed a little warm for Florida. So I should have guessed that. So anyway, so honestly, you're one of the most gifted artists of this century.
Well, thank you so much.
Really, honest to God. When did you? This is what I imagine. So when did you discover your gift? I picture you in kindergarten, and the teacher says, "Here's some popsicle sticks. Make a house." Okay, and kids put up little, things, and you make this elaborate mansion where the roof comes off, and the people inside do this.
Not quite.
Not quite.
Not quite.
So,
yeah. Hey, everyone. Happy holidays. Daily Wisdom Words is doing a giveaway of a $35 Amazon gift card.
If you are already a subscriber to this channel, send us a screenshot of the subscription to the email below. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe and also send us a screenshot.
We will announce a winner on the 24th of December.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
So when did you discover that you had this talent?
I think as any artist, I think you're born with a gift. I don't think you just all of a sudden decide to become an artist. I think you're born with that inside of you. So obviously, I had that gift when I was born. I always was inclined to drawing, painting, and the arts. As I was maybe 6 or 7 years old, my cousin used to color, and then I kind of picked up on that, and that's when my interest in art started from there. And it kind of grew as I went to high school. I was really good at drawing. I took some animation classes and was really good. Like I didn't have to try very hard; I would get A's. I
can imagine.
The only class in my school I would get A's.
You got A's, but guess what? You didn't need to get A's in anything else.
Right. Well,
yeah.
So so that happened. Fortunately or unfortunately, I never went to school, which I guess to art school. I got married early and had a family, and kind of another route. My dad had in Miami has an electrical company. I started doing electrical work. Actually, before that, I worked in a print shop. Right before I went to work with my dad. After high school, I worked in a print shop, graphic designer in the shop. And I used to go in the back and cut paper and do things in the back that print shops do, and then get ready, get awesome. But my main job was I was a graphic designer. That was before computers, so they used to pay artists, things like that. So that's what I did. Yeah. And then I had a family, and then I said, okay, I need to do something else because I need to. My dad had a very successful company. I went to work with him. And lasted, about 10 years with him. So my art was like secondary. It was like a weekend thing. I would draw. That was what helped me to kind of balance my life was the arts. And many years afterwards, in 2000, in the early 2000s, I started another company. I was a builder, developer, and built these beautiful custom homes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are they online? Can we see them?
I haven't, but I'll share some photos.
Oh
amazing,
my God.
amazing.
That would be awesome.
I mean, some of my
I want to
bigger,
live in one.
I'm sorry.
I want to live in one.
Well, yeah. This is my biggest house I did was a 17,000 square foot house. You know, well, anyways, 08 came. I had a whole bunch of spec houses. You know, a whole bunch of money out there, and then the banks failed, and I had to go. I lost that, and was left just my house that I lived in. That's it, which was a blessing in disguise. I didn't see it at the moment. I thought the whole world had come. But you know, sometimes when hard times comes like that, you don't see the light right there. But there's
the universe always has a plan.
Without a doubt, and I think if you're open to that, and you know, and so anyways, I lost everything. I was going through hell, and you know, my escape was art. So I started drawing. I started painting. I had no idea. I had never done a sculpture in my life then.
Really? Not even with the popsicle sticks in kindergarten?
Nothing. Never. I never touched any sculpture ever. So you know, so one day we had living here in North Carolina, a big snowstorm, and I went outside and started playing with the snow and created this beautiful sculpture that I had no idea how I could ever do. But then I took a picture of it. I showed her. She said, "Oh my God, you should take some classes or something." So I did. I went to the local college and took some weekend courses. Nothing serious, but very soon found out. You know, everyone like, "Wow, you have a great talent for this. You know, you do amazing work, and you don't even never been trained." So I mean, I don't know. I will guess I have a natural gift. So I started developing that, but then. You know, I would, like I said, I was drawing all the time. I didn't have a job, but there was no jobs, there was no money, there was nothing. It was just my art. So it was really tough. So my art was kind of like what saved me. And then I went to those classes. I learned how to make sculptures, and you know, all we had was clay. And and I said, you know, this is my second chance in life to do what I want to do. And I'm going to be an artist. I'm going to chase money. I'm tired of all that. I've done it all. I houses, and that's what's important for me, to be happy and to be creative and to do what I love, which is art. And once I made that determination, then I soon went to those classes and figured out immediately that if I wanted to be successful at what I did, I had to create something unique and something that no one was doing. And so I immediately went back to my original job, which was in the print shop, where I used to cut paper in the back, and all these papers, as I cut them, and they would shift and create designs. And I said, so why don't I use paper instead of clay and make a sculpture out of that? I did. I glued every single paper into a stack, into a solid stack. And then I carved it, and it was amazing. It was gorgeous. You couldn't tell it was paper.
Do you still have it?
I still have it, yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
Wow.
It was paper. And that was the problem. You couldn't tell it was paper, but you couldn't also, you couldn't tell it was, it was just a sculpture. And I wanted that wow factor. I wanted something else. So I started experimenting. I've always been a huge fan of animation. I learned animation when I was young. Yeah. And I was a big fan of Disney and Hanna-Barbera cartoons and all that. So, always a big fan. So I think I was, at that time I said, how can I make this move? I mean, all these things came together. So I started developing the technique to make him open. And it took me about 1.5 years to do that. And once I did, I took the sculptures to New York. Washington.
Well, yeah, as I printed your art last night.
Some of your
art. Okay, this is one of them that moves, right? You can lift this almost like a slinky.
It is.
Correct?
Yeah.
It's a slinky.
Some people call them slinky. Some people call them accordion. It could be called. I call it stretchable paper sculpture.
Oh, here we go. This is my favorite because it looks like Game of Thrones. Is it?
Oh yeah, that's a Notorious B.I.G.
That's Notorious B.I.G. Don't have my glasses on.
Yeah.
Oh, now I see it.
With the crown.
Yeah.
And actually my first sculpture that went viral.
Was him.
Yeah, I went viral because I did. I went, I started going to New York a lot and just making a lot of friends. And I took Biggie to Washington Square Park. Actually, before that, I was hanging out with. I would go to New York and go to Union Square and hang out with the rappers. And I said, you guys. I just love the nobody of the rappers, getting in a group and just rapping to like a poem. It's like with just a beat in the back, and just all these people came up with these amazing stories. It's like rap, and I was just fell in love with it. So I said, you know what? I'm going to bring Biggie. I'm going to make Biggie, and I'm going to bring him here. We're all going to rap to it. That's exactly what I did.
Oh my!
Wow!
I brought him there.
Yeah.
We filmed all that, and everybody just went crazy. The news went crazy with it. Wendy Williams picked up on it. Actually, New York picked up on it, which is like, it's a huge show in New York, morning show.
Yeah.
They invited me over. Wendy Williams saw it. As I was heading home that day, I had no idea who Williams was. By the way,
that's okay.
Which was a good thing. Was a good thing.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Hey, this is Wendy Williams. I said, hey, okay. I said, okay, Wendy Williams. So, but I didn't say that. Hey, Wendy, how you doing?
Yeah.
He said, well, I love your work, this and that. Oh my God, I just saw you on TV. And I love it. I want to collect one of your pieces. I said, sure, yeah, no problem. Well, she was bought a whole bunch of pieces for me. Her favorite piece.
There you go.
The Cheez-Its. That's her favorite. That was one of her pieces.
Oh my God. Are you kidding me? The
Uh,
Cheez-Its? Are you kidding me?
yeah.
Genius. Absolute genius.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Well, yeah, so
I love this guy. I love him.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I keep interrupting you.
Oh no, you're good. You're good. But yeah, it's so she's collected Cheez-Its, and from there on, the whole thing went viral worldwide, and it's just I've been invited. I did a show in Shanghai, in China, and Zhou. Invited to many. I just did a museum exhibition in Denmark, which is going to be there for a year.
Oh my!
Yeah,
that is fantastic. Congratulations.
Did any celebrity, were you ever surprised, like pleasantly surprised by any celebrity being a fan of yours or your work? Like, were you ever like, oh my God, so-and-so likes my work? Was there moments like that?
I'm still surprised. DJ Khaled, Fat Joe, which these are all rappers. All fans,
right.
My pieces. Talia is a very famous Mexican superstar, pop star.
Know her. Yep, know her.
She called me up. She said, "Hey, I love your work. Can you make me a sculpture?" I said, "Sure." And so I made it, which is now at the museum in Denmark. I also did Elvis Duran, which is a famous radio personality in New York City, actually all over the world, all over the United States. iHeart.
iHeart.
He commissioned a piece, which is a Frida Kahlo, which was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
And he at the house in New Mexico, so he wanted it.
So who got this? Because Bob Marley.
Yeah, no one has it. I haven't been able to do much. I did it right before the COVID. And
you did it right before COVID?
Yeah, so I haven't been able to do traveling with it, but I did post it recently, and people just went crazy over it. I had forgotten I had it because I had to put it.
My daughter's middle name is Marley because of Bob Marley.
Oh, because of Bob Marley.
Because my husband's from St. Thomas.
Oh, nice.
His father was the AG, the Attorney General, and so he grew up on that, and then came to California and got me into it. And hello, Bob.
Of course,
saddest day of my life was when that man died.
Well, actually, actually, when I came up with that sculpture, right before COVID, I showed someone that knew Bob Marley's son.
I met him here. He performed, and I walked up right to the stage and I high-fived him. and then afterwards he came out and he just kind of chatted.
Yeah, I talked to him. Actually, he gave me my number. He called me up, and you know, we said we were going to meet up again. This is before COVID, so I really haven't. Like I said, I just kind of put it aside and just because my thing is to create. I constantly have to create, and I keep creating new things all the time. So,
well, I wish you could see what we're seeing right now, because you're right in front of one of your pictures, your paintings, and you have wings coming out of your head.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
It is amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it looks visually very stunning, like in the position that you're in.
I want that picture.
So,
I do it on purpose, guys. Okay.
Yeah. Well, hello. I'm under the world because I'm there.
The whole world.
Yeah. So So you mentioned like art being your savior when things were not so good with your financial status and your house and all that. So can you talk a little bit about that? What does art mean to you, and what did it do for your mental well-being, specifically around that period? Like how did it affect you? How did it keep you thinking positive? Did it give you hope? What exactly did it do for you, especially during those difficult times?
Yeah, I mean, art definitely, like I said, I was going through really hard times because I was trying to figure my life out and all this, and just, I felt lost. I felt like I didn't know what direction to go, what to do. So art was like my safe haven, like something I went to make me feel comfortable, to be surrounded by beauty in a time where it was turmoil in my life. So yes, definitely art was something that I grabbed onto, and I'm not thinking it was going to be something that would be making a change in my life in any way. I just did it just to kind of, not to go crazy.
Yeah.
Like I said, the universe has a plan.
It does, yes.
And it chose you. It chose you. It needed you in this world because you make people happy with it. And, along those lines, because you are such an incredibly unique artist, your movable pieces have never been done that I've ever seen in my lifetime, Yeah. So, I mean, you said you were a graphic designer, graphic artist. Is that when it started? And how long does it take, for instance, to make a Bob Marley?
Yeah. Well, Bob Marley is, it opens up, but Bob Marley is not even made out of paper. It's made out of wood, and it's made with hinges. And it has 22 paintings on the inside. So it opens up, and it has 20. I painted, inspired by Bob Marley's music, because when I did Bob Marley, I watched a documentary on Bob Marley on Netflix. And I was very inspired by his life and by his positiveness and everything he went through. And I made the Bob Marley, and I made these 22 paintings inside the sculpture. So there's not only a sculpture, but there's also a painting, and it's all made out of wood.
Wow.
That, in this day and age, it's too bad that he passed because he didn't take an antibiotic. Yeah. Because God only knows, you'd probably have an array of Bob Marley. But I mean, he's going to be here forever with his music. The way you will be here forever with your art. Well,
thank you. Yes, I'm very happy that I can make everyone happy, and I get people all the time ask me, that to continue because it brings a smile to their face, and that makes me happy. That brings a smile to my face, and I love when I go to. Just came from Miami for a show and several shows actually. And I just love, opening the sculpture and seeing the faces of the smiles and the amazement. That makes me very happy.
Yeah, and you talk about that joy that your work gives others. But how about you? Like, what art piece of yours are you most personally proud of, and why?
Man, I love all this. It's like your children. Like you ask which is your favorite children. I say all of them, right? But there's some that are my favorite.
No, not with me. Oh God, no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I love you guys. Yeah.
No, but I do have I did a sculpture years ago called Daphne, from tree to paper, and it's basically you'll see it on my website under sculpture. Just scroll through it. Anyways,
I have it.
This Daphne is if you know the story of Daphne by Bernini, he created the sculpture out of marble, and Daphne running away from Apollo, and then she's turning into a tree as she's running, and all these leaves start coming out, which I was fascinated with Bernini, an incredible genius sculptor. Inspired by that to create one out of. So mine is I next to my house, or a block away from my house, they were cutting down an acre. They were going to build houses, and all these beautiful trees they cut down. And one of these trees was a beautiful oak tree, and there was big trunks. And I asked the builder, "Can I take a few of these trunks? I'm going to make a sculpture out of it." So I brought it in, and immediately when I saw it, I saw the figure of Daphne in there. I saw the hips of the legs and all that, and I started carving on it. And I created Daphne is called from tree to paper, which is basically she's a piece of a tree, and I carved all her body and everything, and her head is made out of paper, glued into the tree. And so basically, she's a tree. She's turning into a human, and part of it is paper, and it's very expressive, and it's got all these branches that are made out of wood and paper, all coming out of it, which is impressive. I love that one personally.
How long did it take you to do that?
Oh, months. I think about 3 months, 3 or 4 months.
Oh, still, that's pretty quick to me.
Yeah.
And it's so take us inside. Like you just talked about a piece that you said in your opinion you're very fond of.
Oh, she's cute.
She's our podcast mascot.
She's my
podcast. So,
nice.
Yeah.
Since all my babies are grown, she's my middle girl.
Yeah. So take us inside, your creative process. Where does the idea of any particular piece that you create, like you think, okay, I want to make this next, or you get where do these ideas come from? Are they just organic? Can it be from anything? Is there a specific method you use when you start to make something or get an idea for something?
No, there isn't really. It's just the things that are around me. For example, I did the Lay's potato chips bag. And I was one day at the house, we were eating Lay's potato chips, and I looked at it and I said, I think I can make this Lay's potato chips. And that was the first time that I created something like that. And from that, it, like my hip hop guys, it's just from music that I listen to. I'll get inspired to see a video. I don't know. It's just things that are on a daily basis. And just.
Well, you've done Coca-Cola, you've done Cheez-Its.
Yes.
Lay's. Yeah, you do a lot of pop, culture kind of
Doritos.
stuff. Yeah. Doritos, gotta have the Doritos in there.
But you have to have Doritos.
But I have to say something, because if this doesn't work out for you, right, this artist thing, you can become a handbag designer.
Of course.
And I want that bag.
Well, that one is a diamond encrusted Birkin bag, a Hermes Birkin bag, which is a what I tell people is
one is $10,000. The cheapest Birkin bag is $10,000.
That one was based on a unique one that is a diamond encrusted. It retails $675,000.
Wow.
Honey, you're gonna start needing to flip burgers faster. I'm kidding. He's gonna kill me.
Oh, no, you're good.
That is. And where did that idea come up from? Did someone present it to you?
No, I was watching. I think it was a news on Christie's that had an auction, and Birkin bag sold on an auction for $675. And I can make that. And I did.
And the designer, actually, the name Birkin comes from a model that he used.
Yeah.
So it's actually after, and she doesn't want it, but it's too late. It's already out there.
It was like a movie star.
Yeah. And so, okay, you have become one of the most prolific artists of this century. I mean, you're, to me, up there with Banksy and, God, I'm blanking. Neil Fink. God, I'm blanking.
Oh, no worry.
Well, anyway.
Any big names, Warhol, all these guys. I mean,
any big name.
I'm humble. I'm humble that you say that, but thank you so much.
Well, seriously, I mean, what you do is so original. There's nobody out there doing it, So do you feel, you obviously don't feel that. You're a very humble man, I can tell.
No, I mean, I just, no, I don't, like I said, I did this. This is my second time in life where I got another chance to do
Warhol. Yeah. Andrew Wyeth. You're up there with them.
Well, thank you so much. I mean, I gotta, like I said, this is my second chance in life to do what I love, and I'm not chasing money. Of course, we all need money to survive and to pay bills and all that. And I'm thankful that I've been able to do that. But everything else is gravy. I mean, I'm doing my art. Everything else is gravy.
What are you working on now?
Right now, I'm working on a cat for this company that is an NFT company, and I'm working on a cat for them. On a life-size cat that his head stretches out and all that.
Wow. Neil, should we ask him about his paintings? Why don't you do that?
Yeah. About you mean like particular?
Like because you started out as a painter, correct?
Drawing and painting, correct? Yes.
Yeah. And these are as unique as your art, as your sculpture. Well, actually, like, could you move a little so we can see the painting behind you?
Yeah.
That's right.
Look at that. Look at that.
That's the one you see on your paper on the first one.
Yes.
And I'll show you a bigger one here in my hand.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
You get the feel of the size. It's a huge painting.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. Incredible.
Is it rude to ask you what something like that would sell for?
Probably about $75,000.
Oh, that is fantastic.
Wow.
Yeah, I would have thought more. I would have.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah. Me too.
So what do you like more? Do you like sculpting, painting, or are they the same, just art?
You know, to me, it's both art, but actually, when I sculpt, I don't get the release of creativity because it's very monotonous. I get the release of creativity once I plan it out and all that. But as I'm working on it, it's just it's a repetitive action. Creating this and and it takes time, months. So in between, while I'm making these sculptures, I paint, and that's why you see all these paintings that come out all the time, because that is my chance to release this flow of creativity that I can make a painting in a day or 2 or 3 days.
Right.
And I do it in between, just kind of get a break and between my sculptures.
Genius.
Thank you.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah.
So all these paintings, I have different series. My latest series, the one you saw with the Cheez-Its and all that, is on almost lifelike people that have been in the past, or but in a funny way, kind of like being they love Cheez-Its so much that what Cheez-It made me do this crazy thing, and some of them have their breasts out, crazy stuff.
I know, I have heard. I thought maybe I shouldn't show her. Not that anyone under our age or those guys' age listens, but this is fascinating.
You mentioned in the beginning, like, that art is an inborn talent, and we agree with you as well that there's something in it you have to be born with. But can anyone learn it with, at least be like at an intermediate level, like on a beginner's level, be good with classes? Or do you think it just comes from within, and classes basically just help shape that properly and guide you, but it's at the end of the day it's still inborn?
No, I think, well, this is my other belief. My other belief is that I think we all have that seed of creativity, and some of us that's grown into a little bit of a bigger seedling or a bigger tree, and some of it not. But I think everyone has that seed to create. Now, some more than others. And that seed, and that gift could be developed. It's like we're all born with muscles. Now, not everyone Arnold Schwarzenegger, but how did he do it? By working out so much, right? He got bigger by working that muscle. So an artistic muscle is the same way. I mean, we all have it, whether you choose to use it or not. But it's just, whether you want to develop it.
Right. Now, do any of your children have the talent?
They don't. Oh. Neither one of them have it.
Wow.
I was going to say, because you hear singers, like their children will have.
none of them have been inclined to the arts. They do,
Really?
yeah, more of engineering and mechanics and things like that.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know,
Right.
I mean, you have to find your passion.
Yeah, you do.
And and that too, even you mentioned that, but it's like even engineering and I mean, that has its own form of shaping and all that. So it's still a form of creation, just in a different way, obviously. Yeah.
You know, what I tell people is that we need everyone in this world. I mean, if everybody was an artist, and, you know, we've had a pretty hard time doing anything else. You know, we'd all
started.
One of my favorite movies is Caddyshack. And the judge says, well, we need grave diggers too. And you're kind of like, well, yeah, I guess we kind of do, you know, because not everybody can be the judge living in the, you know, big house.
Very true.
Absolutely.
So what other companies have you done sculptures and paintings for? Do people like, do they ask you to do certain types of paintings, or is it just your feeling of what you want to put on canvas, and they see it, and then you sell it to them? Right. But you said, like, you're doing an cat for NFT, correct? So did they commission you to do a cat? Yeah,
but a cat in a sculpture, not in a painting. But yeah, I've done collaborations with my last collaboration was with Microsoft. They've commissioned to
who are they? I don't think I've heard of them.
It's a small company.
They're a new company?
Yeah, you may buy one of my stocks from Microsoft. They're good.
I know, right? Thank God we have Microsoft stock.
Anyways, they reached out to me last year, and they had an award ceremony for their top programmers and all. Yeah. They wanted me to create 20 sculptures, which I did, and they all loved it. And before that, I've had collaborations with Adidas for that
shoe that Bart is holding.
Yes,
is that I thought it was a real shoe.
Yeah, it looks like a real shoe.
It looks so real. So real.
Yeah. I picture some kid going by and ripping it off and trying it on.
Yeah,
I know, right?
I wear it. I said, no, I don't think you can wear it.
Yeah. When people commission you to design these pieces, has there ever been like a clash on your own creativity? Like, do you ever find yourself disagreeing with their vision versus your vision?
No.
Or has that ever happened? Never?
No, never. Because then, you know, I always, you know, if somebody is commissioning a piece, you know, I mean, usually they give me the freedom to use my artistic creativity. They just say, I want this, but, you know, how you do it, that's your business.
So, okay.
Yeah. They don't always tell me, you know, it has to be, you know, no, they're not strict. I think that people that come to artists, they always kind of open, you know.
Are you in any airports? Because I could see your sculptures in airports.
Yeah. There's actually an airport in North Carolina. There's my sculptures there. Yeah.
Come on, people. He needs to be in every airport in the country because he is so absolutely fabulous.
Thank you.
You know. So I mean, I have to know, what is the biggest piece you've ever sold? Like, what is your, I mean, it could be as small as this.
You mean big size or big price?
Well, both. Rudely priced. Rudely priced. I don't know. Is it inappropriate to ask an artist? Because I think it's out there.
I won't be able to share the price, but I'll share.
No, don't. No, do not share anything you don't want to.
The person that bought it, it was the Howdy Doody sculpture. It came out of a TV. Actually, I went to a junkyard and saw this old 1950s TV and bought it, and said, and as soon as I saw the TV, I said, I wonder how many kids watch Howdy Doody in the 50s. And I hollowed it out and carved Howdy Doody out of paper and put a special motor on the inside where you sitting there looking at the TV, and then you press a button and Howdy Doody comes out and it says out. It's like, it blows your mind. So anyways,
Right.
it was bought a couple of years ago. It was bought for the King of Morocco.
Well, there you go.
Wow. Yeah.
Well, there you go. Hello.
Yeah.
This man sold to the King of Morocco. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, well, I sold to me.
I'm not trying to brag on it. I mean,
No, it's not
it's
bragging, because this is your art. This is your life. This is what you do. I mean, I wish you sold to every king in every country in the world. I'm going to the King of Morocco, and I'm going to say, can I see that? When I was a kid, when I was little, we had a TV that didn't work. So one day my brother took it out and put a fish tank in it. And you would be surprised at the people that sat down on the couch and thought they were watching Jacques Cousteau. It was genius. It was genius.
You can sit there and watch TV all day longer.
Yeah, it'd be kind of fun. So who are your creative artists? I mean, your like, who do you admire in the art world?
Well, I mean, as any fine artist, always we go back to the original guys, which my inspiration, Van Gogh, all the classics. I was definitely inspired by. Recently, you're talking anywhere from Basquiat, Michel Basquiat, to Jeff Koons,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you know that Van Gogh painted Starry Nights when he was in an insane asylum? And he was looking out the window and he goes, "This is what I see." And he did that. And it's one of the most gorgeous paintings in the world.
I've seen it in person.
I think we all need to go into an asylum. I take it you've been to the Louvre and you've walked around and is the Mona Lisa as amazing in person as it is on probably even more so?
You can't really see it because there's so many, it's hiding behind so many layers of glass. You probably better a picture of it. It's nice to see a whole bunch of other things. There's so many incredible art there, but Mona Lisa is like the least. I mean, it's impressive because she's a superstar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's like looking at a superstar. Kim Kardashian walking down the street, you just want to take a picture.
Please don't call Kim Kardashian a celebrity. I mean, Biggie is a celebrity. Kim Kardashian should be shining his, I mean, that was a sad day when we lost that man. That was a very sad day. I remember that day, because he was in LA for a meeting, and the next thing you know, he's gone.
I know.
So how many Biggie, because he was your first, correct?
That's correct, yeah.
How many Biggie sculptures have you done?
Well, I've only done one. I only do one.
Just the one?
Repeat myself, although I have a collection of smaller Biggies that are like a toy Biggies that are solid. And those are less expensive, yeah.
Oh, you know what? I did want to ask you about there was another sculpture that you did out of like a table. Was that the Marley one?
Yes, that was the Marley one.
that was Marley, right? Oh, here's the Bart Simpson.
Yeah.
Here's Bart.
And Bart opens up. Bart has, I think, 11 or 12 paintings inside his head. It opens up also sideways.
So when you look in, you're seeing paintings of Bart?
On the inside, yeah. And they all fold in his head, fall sideways. You'll see.
That's amazing.
Yeah. There's
Felix, I think if you looked under the word genius and a creative genius in the dictionary, we would see your picture.
Thank you so much.
Because you seriously are this century's, I'm learning to talk, this century's creative genius.
Thank you.
And I hope that people, get to know you. Can you tell us where they can find you?
Yeah, I mean, you can always go to my website, felixsemper.com.
Okay.
Felix
are
Semper.
You on Instagram?
All my social medias are Felix Semper, or F Semper in Twitter.
That's
Okay.
you know,
Yeah.
we're gonna we'll send you a copy of this. We'll
Yeah.
email it to you when it airs.
This episode.
And if you can have your assistant put it on. I'm just teasing you. I'm just teasing you.
I'll put it on my YouTube channel. If you can add it to my YouTube channel as well.
Yes, please do that.
Yeah.
Please do that, because this has really been like the biggest thing that's ever happened to me. Because I love art. I remember I took
Are you in LA?
Huh?
Are you in LA or Florida?
No, I'm in California. I'm in Sacramento.
Sacramento.
I lived in Boca Raton for for a little while. And then I'm a California girl, and we just kind of don't mix with, that vibe down there. So I laughed. But so anyway, and you do Florida, you do North Carolina, you just kind of go over the world, huh?
I go all over the world. Although I have a lot of followers in California, I really haven't done a show in California, but I've talked to several people.
Come and do a show. Yeah, and then I would travel anywhere in the state to see your art. I really would. I'd travel anywhere in the West Coast. I'd travel anywhere in this country to see your art.
Thank you. Well, no, we're trying to put together something in LA.
That would be fantastic, because you really are one of the greatest artists of the century, because no one is doing what you are doing. And that is what we call genius.
Thank you.
Okay. Thanks, Felix. Thank you for your time. You're an enjoyable person. And, maybe sometime next year we could have you back on, talk a little more about, I got 1,000 questions for you.
And who knows what will happen next year?
Who knows? Yeah. There's always next year. So.
Maybe Jeff Bezos will commission a piece.
Well, Jeff, or what's Meta? Meta, is it now Meta? Facebook now Meta? Mark Zuckerberg. This man. Yeah. we'll get Jeff, we'll get Mark, we'll get who's the richest guy now? The weird one. The one that's putting the rockets into space.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. From the Tesla guy. Yeah. You could do a Tesla car. I bet I would bet anything that if you did a full Tesla car, that man would pay millions for it. If I could make it work.
Our producer chipped in. Our producer just chipped in and reminded us Elon Musk.
Elon Musk. There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
But okay, your challenge is I will sell it to Elon Musk if you do a full.
There you go.
I might drive it there.
You can open it. It'll be so heavy.
I know. No, I'm teasing you, but Felix, thank you for your time. It really has been an absolute joy.
Thank you, guys. A pleasure.
Thank you.
Well,
you take care.
Okay, you too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Happy holidays.
Oh, happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Yeah.
Yeah.
I still have to decorate. I still have to decorate.
Hey, me neither.
Behind. I know, right? Okay, bye-bye. Take care. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. And thank you, Felix, for coming on.
Be sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at all the links listed in the description. And don't forget to hit like on this video and subscribe to this channel so you never miss an episode. And if you want to show us a little extra love, we also have a link for donations now. Thank you, everyone, once again, and we will see you right here next week at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Goodbye.
Bye.